Today we're here at Twin Lakes, and there's an upper lake and a lower lake. The upper lake trail is about a mile long, so we're going to start there. Then we'll go down to the lower lake, got about a mile and a half of trail. So this is the upper lake. See, we got a kind of a nice wind going today. It's about 83 degrees out, 84 degrees out. Should cool off as the evening goes on here. Real feels about 90. But again, you can see we got a nice breeze going. As we go throughout the video, I'm going to include some previous footage of Twin Lakes in the winter and some photos of Twin Lakes in the fall and a couple of it in the spring, so you'll get the full gauntlet of what this park has to offer. See way over there in the distance, there's a family over there fishing. See, we got some ducks out on the lake. And down below here we got some geese. We'll try and get a closer shot of those later. The upper lake also has this thing called a world trail. Basically there's exercises going around the 1 mile of upper lake, and the idea is people can jog around it, around the lake, and as they come across each of these exercises, do these. So Twin Lakes is located in Westmoreland County, PA. And here we're down in a little kind of groove off of the lake. If I turn around, you can see the trail is up here. So this is interesting, kind of an older school water fountain. Let's give it a turn here. Not much water coming out of it today. Still looks pretty cool. There's quite a few people that come to Twin Lakes, but oddly enough, there's not a lot of film on it online, so that's why we chose this lake today. Over in the distance here is a handicap fishing dock. I'm not going to get too close to it because there's some folks fishing on there. Got a dragonfly on that blade of grass. Wish I had more zoom. All right, and as you can see on the sign there, this is called Reflection Island, and has a lot of plants in it, some dedications. Just looks very interesting. So we're gonna go in here and see what there is to look at. If we look at the ground here, there are some memorials and plaques that people have put down. See a lot of these in the reflection garden. Up here's one more. So again, this is on the upper lake, still on the upper lake, reflection garden. All right, so that was Reflection Garden. We're heading out and back onto the Upper Lake Trail. Some of this definitely has the sound of trains in the background. There's a loud railway over to our right. Now over to our right here, there's a downed tree, so we're gonna get closer to that. I'm not sure if this helps for size, but this is a pretty significant piece of tree that broke off here, or maybe it got struck by lightning. I'm not quite sure how that works with the lightning, if it leaves burn marks or not. It doesn't really look like there's any burn marks, so that's interesting. But again, not 100% sure how that works, but it's a big chunk of tree that broke off. All right, and back on the trail. Some pull-up bars. And if you look closely back in the pines there, you can see a train going by. That's what's making all these loud sounds. Been a couple trains that went through already. Over here, these bars are just for push-ups. Looks like somebody's fishing line got tangled up in the tree there. It's pretty high up. This is interesting. There's definitely a type of berry growing back there. Kind of looks like a blackberry, but I'm not going to eat it and find out because I'm not sure what's poisonous and what's not yet. But you can see the blackberries growing back in there. Here to the left of the blackberries, these are definitely poisonous, I believe, or they're not supposed to be eaten. So see the bright red. This is pretty cool how the trees come over the path. I believe I have some pictures of this from the fall also, so I'll put them in here. Also, these tree leaves are pretty big. Size comparison with my hand. It's a pretty big leaf. Got some stairs here leading down to the lake, so we'll take these, see what kind of view we have. Got another train going over to the left, but how the sun's hitting these trees, just thought it looked really cool, how bright it is in the front, and then how it gets darker towards me. There's this little grassy area here, kind of leads out to a nice look of the lake, or a unique look of the lake. One little chipmunk over there to the right. In the distance, I zoom in, you can see over, there's a grassy mound on the other side of the lake. That's where we started. We're about halfway across the lake now, the upper lake. Over here is kind of a more swampy area. A lot of green. Back in here, it's like there's rivers flowing in and kind of creating the lake here. There's a lot of bushes that are growing out of this area. View of the bushes, and then the lake is out there behind it. Now back in here is a small cliff area, and there's just filled up with really big rocks. So we're gonna try and get some good shots of the rocks. Not gonna go back in there because of snakes. Now here is where the stream comes out, and this is really interesting to me because back in there behind those two rocks that almost look like they were placed there on purpose is where the river comes out from underneath this mountain. Now I think if there was a cave there, I think people would have explored it by now, but I did bring a flashlight to hopefully get close there and just shine a flashlight back in there, and let's see what's in there if we can. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to get close enough, but let's try. So we're at the base of this tree where the little river's coming out of the mountain. Gonna try and get a little closer. We'll zoom in first. You can see there's a pretty good sized cobweb there. And somebody left there, I thought that was a pine cone at first, but it looks like a laundry ball that you put in a dryer to the right. That's odd. Yeah, gonna try and get a closer look at this cave. All right, so I don't see any snakes or anything too crazy, and it looks like it immediately shuts off there. You can see where the rock shut off, so it doesn't go anywhere, but it was a cool thought. So that's the little cave area. Then this is the river coming out of the cave. There's a small path that leads off here to the left. I think that connects to a different trail that we'll do another day. But there's also this super tall kind of mountainous path. It looks like water comes down here. It leads up to the top. I'm not sure if there's a trail up top or not. I've always wanted to climb up, so let's give it a go.
Randy would love that. Maybe that's unnerving for him with that train.
That's how I do know who he is.
Did you ever walk to Twin Lakes from my house when we got the climbing rope and we didn't rappel, but it was like a hill like this that we would come down? You never did that? Whoa. Oh.
Steeper than you think, huh?
Especially when you get up.
Yeah, when you got to the top, then I realized how steep it was. It's like, holy crap. You know,
Yeah.
that's really...
At Twin Lakes Park with
Brenda.
Monica?
and Monica, who just filmed me going up the cliff up there where the train is. Thanks for doing that.
We did that when we were children.
Yeah, there's another trail veering off to the right here. I think we're gonna catch that another day. And here we have the Vietnam Veterans Memorial at the park. So we got a swing set over to the right, and there's an interesting old kind of kid's toy up here. Don't know if they make these anymore. Not sure if these are still a thing, but kind of older kid's toy. Twin Lakes has quite a few pavilions. This is just one of them on the upper lake. Here's the kids' playground. And we're heading over into the pine trees next. See down in here, there's a horseshoe pit. Don't see these much anymore. This one's pretty far apart.
From, I guess, the line going so many times.
So this was Twin Lakes in Westmoreland, PA. This was the upper lake. Another day we'll come back and do the lower lake. We're running out of daylight today.